We have asked Greg Halliday if he would share about the signature drink with Solle Excell and how it is that it fits into the clarifying category. So Greg, if you would take it from here, please.
With pleasure, Valerie. I love those explanations. So I'm thinking about the sunshine and clarity, like you said. And the word that comes to my mind when I think about all the things, I mean, you talked about what was the question? Do I feel stopped up? I'm thinking. And, you know, it's something, so the yellow category is all about something that's supposed to be flowing, energy, blood, our lymph, part of that immune system that needs to move and flow and cleanse, our intestines, nerve impulses. We could continue talking about things that flow. When they flow, our body's pretty amazing. It does amazing things. Same thing with our thoughts and mind. When we're able to move through things, not get stuck on things, clear thinking, happier thinking, more focused thinking. And I think part of that slide you showed mentioned mental acuity, and that's how it gets there. And that whole connection you talked about between our gut, when things are clear through digestion and elimination, we don't have the, like you said, Valerie, the stinking thinking. We have happy thinking, optimistic, clear thinking. So Excell, that formula, it is the signature drink in the yellow category. It's about unstopping things that are stopped up, clearing out things that are maybe partially impeded. Anything that needs to flow and is not flowing, giving it what it needs so it can flow. Because sometimes what it needs to be is cleared out and cleaned, and other times what it needs are certain nutrients that carry the message. I mean, we're still learning so much about that, right? But the yellow category to me is taking away impediments from flow, and that's how it works. So if you don't mind, I want to just for 2 minutes, can I stare and share tonight?
Go for it.
Okay. A little bit of stare and share because I want to give you some really good facts with my opinion that I'm giving you. And hopefully my opinion, I don't take it lightly. It's a lot of years of listening to wonderful people like Valerie and watching these great products. So the Soul Clear blend, okay, is one portion of Excell. In fact, it's about half the formula. That's the blend that's all about restoring the flow. And think about it in all those areas of flow. So I'll start with the blood, because Valerie talked about the blood. There's butcher's broom in there. And it's so interesting that the fat that butchers used to use to clean it out. Think about our blood and the way we tend to eat and lifestyle and stress, all of which contributes to blood that doesn't flow quite so easily, parts that can get oxidized, that can get stiff, brittle, cause all sorts of problems, take away flexibility and flow. And then we see things like, what we see with blood pressure, et cetera. So without getting into details, the first ingredient's about helping what needs to flow, what bringing nutrition, what's carrying things away, what is bringing oxygen to our cells, starting right there. So Excell, it does get right in there. In fact, one thing that people say when they use it is they'll notice that if they kind of have cold hands, cold feet, sometimes, hey, I don't have that. Or I know you'll think this is funny. For me, it was like my ears. We started drinking Excell, and it's like my ears would so I don't know what that means. Valerie can tell me later, something wasn't flowing there. It's a little close to my brain, tells me that maybe my brain needed to clear some things out. I have no idea. But yes, restoring the flow. Then 2 other herbs in there, bilberry and eyebright, that deal with those tiny little capillaries of blood. And that's why vision, that's why that part of flow, because those small capillaries, they do tons. Not only are they helping with our vision, but also the transfer of oxygen from our breath into the blood, in through the lungs. Lots of these things have to happen through all of the body's passageways. And included, the small ones are just as important. In fact, they might be more in some ways. So Soul Clear, it does give attention to that. It has plants in there for that. And then a bunch of them, 4 more that I could list off: fennel and mullein and fenugreek and celery seed, known for blood flow, but also for your lungs, for breathing, for infusing your cells with that all important oxygen. I mean, I was in a class a couple of days ago and someone was reminding us that, water we can live X number of days without, right? Food we can live X number of days, even way longer than being without water. Oxygen, how about how long do we live? It's minutes. And his point was, why don't we pay attention to how well we oxygenate, how well we feel, to breathing, and I would add to nutrition that helps that transfer happen and that clarifies. I mean, there's a lot in the air that needs to be cleared out, to Valerie's point. There's a lot of gunk that gets in there. A body in balance is amazing at processing, at filtering and eliminating. A body out of balance, not so good. And more severely out of balance, it really piles up. And in fact, I love this quote from David Hoffman, that now I'm paraphrasing, but he talks about any kind of respiratory disturbance interrupting the body's ability to get oxygen affects our metabolic processes. Those are the processes that create energy. Energy is what makes all cells able to do their work, all the things, all the organs, all the body functions. And when that gets interrupted, there are metabolic disturbances and then he adds degeneration of tissue. So you think about all the ways we can get out of balance. It's pretty clear. A super easy daily habit is bringing in nutrition that restores flow. And that's how I view Yellow and Excel. It's worth it. I can use a little, I can use a lot. I can listen to my body. I can sip, this is as a signature drink. I can sip a little, save it, drink the morning, the afternoon. Kids, this is a game changer for them. They can have even a small amount, but something every day and kind of training their palate. It actually tastes pretty good. Everybody has different tastes on there, but there are some wonderful fruits in this that are therapeutic fruits. But the blend and the clearing is something to me that it's a signature drink because it's an easy daily with a little activity that makes a huge difference in our health. Back to you, Val.